Well, Carlos Rodon again just imploded. In his last outing for the Yankees, he couldn't pitch 4 innings and gave up 7 earned runs. His ERA is now at 6.6, and that's in over 45 innings. He's had 10 starts with the Yankees and has a 6.6 ERA. It's becoming a larger sample size, and you gotta be feeling concerned as a Yankee fan, and the Yankees organization has to be concerned because after the season, there is 5 more years left on Carlos Rodon's contract, and he'll be getting $27 million per season. They have to figure out how to fix Carlos Rodon and get him back to his peak form because he is a better pitcher than this. I know he's looked terrible, terrible in pinstripes. He's been one of the worst pitchers in baseball when he's pitched. He's been terrible. But you look at Carlos Rodon's track record from 2021 to 2022, he had the highest Ks per nine in MLB of all starters at over 12. The second highest was Garrett Cole at just under 12 because Garrett Cole's really good. But the walks, that's another thing. The walks were also pretty good back then. He had a 2.55 walks per nine rate in 2021 and 2022 combined. And now the walk per nine is over 4. That's just odd right there. It's odd that the strikeouts have also disappeared. The strikeout numbers are way down. And as I said, over the last 2 years, he was the best pitcher at striking out batters. And now he's not striking out anyone, and he's walking a ton of people, and it's causing the ERA to inflate. And I wonder why this is happening, because it just doesn't make sense. This shouldn't happen to a pitcher with a track record like this. You know, there are pitchers like Alex Manoah who have one really good season. The underlying metrics don't support it, though. And then they have a bad season, you can say, I could see that happening. It makes sense. But for Carlos Rodon, when the Yankees signed him, he had 2 great years under his belt. Some injury concerns, but nothing to indicate that he would just be injured for the majority of the season. But absolutely nothing to indicate that he wouldn't pitch well for the Yankees. You would think that at least when he was out there, he would be a great pitcher. Now, I wonder if the Yankees are trying to change his delivery slightly to try to minimize injury risk. Because, as I said, he's been dealing with a lot of injuries this season. And one of the big ones has been back pain and back injuries, which is more of a lingering, chronic injury. So I wonder if the Yankees have been trying to tweak his rotation to make him feel better when he's pitching or just be more comfortable, less injury prone, or if they made a tweak to try to improve him. I'm not quite sure, because he's had similar velocity and similar movement on his pitches, and his horizontal and vertical release points are pretty much the same as it's been over the last 2 years. The extension that he's getting is slightly more, so he's getting a little further down the mound, but when I mean slightly more, I mean by 1/10 of an inch more. He's barely getting down the mound more. So, could that be why he's missing his spots? I don't know, but just getting down at the mound a little bit more is not going to make a huge difference. So, yeah, this normally doesn't happen. And this should not happen with someone with such a great track record as Carlos Rodon. And the Yankees need to figure out the issue. They need to get him back to his ace form in 2024. Because when he's healthy and he's pitching at the level that he can, that's a elite 1-2 punch. Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon. Those are 2 almost automatic wins when they're locked in. And the future is going to heavily rely on Carlos Rodon. 5 years on the contract, $27 million per season. It could become real bad, real quick if he does not turn it around. So, Yankees, you gotta try to do something with Carlos Rodon here, because they need him to be back at his ace form.